Hello, and welcome back to The Great Circle. TJ here, developer for the game, and I'm bringing you another live development stream. For those who don't know, The Great Circle is an upcoming animal survival game set in a giant African caldera. So you get to play as your favorite animal in this game of survival as you grow to become an adult and thrive and take part in all the adventures that this game has to offer. I want to thank you guys for showing up today. What we're doing today is we're going to be developing our Leopard, specifically the baby model. So I'm going to be going through some of the similar motions that you've seen me do with other animals. But first, I want to just let people know where you can find out more info about The Great Circle, starting with our website, thegreatcircle.weebly.com. That's two E's up there. Or you can just Google The Great Circle game and you will get here. Our landing page will link you to our YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Also, you can send us emails for specific inquiries, get some basic info about the game here, as well as our animal list. You can see the animals that are playable, animals that are NPC, and if you really want to be up to date, go to our roadmap button here, and this will tell you about all the latest stuff that's coming up, including what's coming in the next update, update 1.6, which features the new addition of the leveling system, the animal stats and attributes window, the wildebeest AI, the leopard AI, as well as fall damage. Also, you can find out about the second build, the version 2.0, as well as just individual plan features, plan animals, the animal roster as it currently stands, plan maps, and also a release schedule. You can get to this from our website. Just hit the button Roadmap. If you want to play the game as it is being developed, it is free to play through our Discord. Hit this Discord button here. It will open up a new link and it will ask you, do you have an account? If you already have one, just log into your account. All right. So, whoops, starting a video. Let's get into the development. Now, those of you who've been keeping up with the roadmap, you know about Update 3. Update 3 is two versions in the future. It features basically all the playable characters as babies. So I've been working on the baby model animations and all the functionality, getting that into play. And working on the Leopard today is a part of that work. Let's go ahead and get started here. First, how's everyone doing? Julian Aguirre, Milan the One, and anyone else I'm missing, hello. If you are catching the stream later, or if you come into the middle of the stream, don't worry. After the stream ends, it is going to be up as a video on our channel. So don't forget to check back. Hang on one second, let me make sure something is still going here. Yep. Been having issues making sure that it streams to both platforms the way that we want. All right. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask them in the chat, or you can leave a comment if this is after the stream has already aired. All right, let's get to work here. I already have a few of the animations already mapped out. Let's make sure everything is smooth. It always begins with locomotion. We start with the idle standing position. That one's already there. And we go to walk, trot, run, I think I'm going to need 2 trots or 2 walks. So I think I'm going to do 2 trots. And I'm going to basically play this at a higher speed. Whoops, my bad. I always forget not to use the number pad whenever I'm streaming. All those Streamlab hot keys will get in the way. Nice. Okay, let's put the turns in. Turn left, turn right. This is a standing position turn. I believe I'm gonna have to speed that up because these turns are a bit slow. In place? No. All right, I think I'm just gonna need to see this in the world space to make sure that it's working properly. Let's get our variables set up here. How's it going, Ellis? How you doing? Let me pull the thing over so I can see it. All right, so Julian says, so will carnivorous creatures like cheetahs or lions be able to cling to animals? That is the plan. I am working on the right logic to, like, say when you bite something, you want to kind of latch on and either do damage by just holding on or do damage by holding on and like thrashing. This is very important for animals like the crocodile, which is also a high priority. So I am working on basically a grab on mechanic that you can do, not just the single damage, but hold on, and basically the animal or the player who's playing the animal that's been grabbed will have to spam a certain button or, you know, do some kind of sequence to get free. So Ellis says, new dinosaur just got released in Path of Titans. The new dinosaur in Path of Titans. Oh, really? Which one? Yeah, it's Stego. Okay, Stegosaurus. Somebody predicted it would be Stegosaurus not too long ago. Somebody seemed really sure. I think it was Simo. I think he said, somebody said they think it's going to be Stego, and he was like, I think that's a very good guess or something like that. But what struck me was he sounded very sure about it, so... all right, let's see here. We'll go top speed 450 right now. You know what? Actually, no, yeah, 450. 450 right now. Let's save it. Okay. Now that the blend space is mapped out. Wait, let me see how this looks. Let's see here. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. Let's get to the animation blueprint. So I already have one for adult leopard. We're going to need a new one for baby. I'm so excited. I'm ready for this to really start to kick off, because the real survival, the first part of the game, which is the survival stage, has to begin with you achieving growth. Achieving growth while successfully locating food, successfully keeping yourself hydrated, avoiding predators, hunting when needed, or defending yourself in fights. All of that takes place at stage 1, but that is only stage 1 of the game. Surviving till adulthood is where it starts. After that is where I think the real strength of the game is going to come into play. All right, let's see. Here we go. Pick the right skeleton. And I'm going to open my adult for reference. At some point, I'm going to automate this entire process. I think it can be more efficient. But I am happy that I have this down, basically. Ooh, Let me actually open the wildebeest. I should be modeling off the one that has the head rotation. This one. Uh-oh. What's happening? Oh, wrong one. Another thing, I recently figured out a way to be even more efficient with the animation blend spaces. Instead of having separate ones for the player and the AI, I can actually create one and have like a sub map within. And so, you know, now I got to kind of go through and delete all those extra ones that I have because, I don't know, it's just better, simpler. Let's see. I think this is the right one here. Yeah. See, this one holds two separate blend spaces, or two separate blueprints, one for the player and one for the AI. And the reason I went to the wrong one because I initially had two separate ones. See this? This is way better than having two separate entire files. Just have one and have two housed within. So this is what I want to model after. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the animation one. Here it is. This is what I needed. I'm going to copy that. Don't need this. Adam Apple asks, how long does it take to create a model for a creature? So I actually don't make the models myself. None of these that I'm using I've made myself. I actually buy directly from different artists who have done the models, or right now I'm kind of auditioning a studio which kind of provides packages and stuff. So I actually buy the models from people who make the models. My understanding is depending on what it is and how detailed you want to be, kind of dictates how long it takes. If it's a simple animal with less detail, it's shorter. If it's a better model, the better the model, basically, the longer it takes, is what I understand. Let me show you an example real quick. So back here I have, God dang it, I need to turn the movement down. Here we go. Now it's too much. All right, so check it out. I have two fox models, right? This was the first one right here. Not great looking, right? But I needed something to start with and to prototype for a better model. The new fox model, where is it? Let me pull it up here. Skeletal mesh, here it is. All right, so here's the newer fox model. The newer fox model looks better. If you really zoom in, you can kind of see the fur is better done on this one. This one would take longer than this one. This one also has like better animations, it's more accurate. And I also had like a beginner leopard. I've had this like for a very long time, but I always knew this wasn't the quality that I wanted to go for. I wanted something more along these lines. It's a much better model. And if you see the way that this moves compared to the other one, it's a completely different scale. So this would be obviously more expensive and it takes more time to make. Now, one thing also that determines how long it takes to make a model is how common the animal is. As you can imagine, as I was looking for different animals and models and stuff, I found the more common ones, you know, were much easier to find, like rabbits, galore, foxes, galore. But if I wanted a jackal, that's more of a specialty specific animal. Found way fewer examples of jackals, way fewer examples of the animals that are really cool but rare. Like I wanted like a honey badger, had a really tough time finding honey badger. And those actually take longer to make as well, because things that have not been worked on much, like honey badgers or very specific types of frogs or snakes like that, they don't have things to model after. So it's kind of like you're poking around in the dark. Like, as you can imagine, let's say a game just like this, but like with dinosaurs, right? Dinosaurs are all custom. There are no living examples that you can kind of model after. You kind of have to just go off of what you think is the best science and stuff like that. So that takes actually much longer than it does to like model a German Shepherd, for example, which is something that we all know what a German Shepherd looks like. I'm getting off my topic here. Let me go back to where was I? Oh, yes. Putting that into the baby leopard. Okay. So yeah, so I don't currently do models myself. I would like to add someone to the team to do custom work, because some of these animals are extremely hard to find, but they're really cool. Like I really want the aardvark, really want the honey badger, but because it's a less common animal, and the people who make models, you know, their job, they're basically making money by selling their work to people who are going to make games and stuff. You know, not as many people ask for jackals as they do German shepherds, or ask for specific types of cats or frogs as they do just regular animals. So that's why it's not as readily available. Let's see. Where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, let me close some of this other stuff. Here it is. Okay. But basically, you know, the longer a project survives, usually the more resources it gains. And so eventually we will be able to do our own custom model work. But right now, with a team that numbers as just me and someone kind of volunteering some time to do a little bit of rigging, it basically means we're going to be buying models from other people, which is fine. And actually, that's the way that you're supposed to do it. If you're an indie team and you don't have a budget to kind of develop your own 3D models of trees and stuff like that, you're gonna purchase that stuff basically all the time. Okay, this is the right place. Let's paste. Let's see here. Sorry, I went for a little bit, but it's actually an iguanodon. It's an iguanodon? Mangle Team says it's coming great. Julian says not a stegosaurus. Okay, not a stegosaurus. Iguanodon, I don't remember that being one of the, is that like one of the stretch goals? It says actually I think it's coming out probably later. Mangle Team says right now I'm playing a wolf simulator. Cool. Is that the Wolf Quest one? Because I was kind of interested in that one when I heard about it. And you know, the funny thing is sometimes when I get interested in games and if it has anything at all to do with this, like instead of buying the game, I'll immediately start working on like the wolves of this game and the functionality and stuff of this game. Okay, let's see here. Alright, so this is basically clockwork. I've done this a million times now. It's actually my best skill. Alright, let's see here. It'd be really cool if I could model though. Actually, I have done some 3D modeling, but I've done things that have nothing to do with animals. Like I've done the 3D modeling of a donut, for example. When it comes to like creatures and animation and stuff, I'm such a newbie. But I have been learning a little bit by little bit, but I haven't been relying on that to build this game because it would just take forever. I would have basically 2 animals if we were relying on me to model and animate. If that. Oops, let me take this off so I can see. Here we go. All right, I'm going to start with just this one, and then I'm going to move on. I'll come back to it once I know the rest of the blueprint is working. It's going to be a attack, head. Let me see that first head attack here. This is basically what we're going to be able to use against little tiny prey. Oh, that's a good one. I think the more simple attack would be better to start. Let me see, head 2. That. The only thing is it is pointing up. Let's see this one. It shouldn't be a problem as long as I get the head rotation thing to point it exactly where the camera's looking. Decent attacks. Okay, so we basically have 4 attacks. We have this. We have the bite. Paw swipe left. Oops. And paw swipe right. Oh, double paw swipe. This I really like. This is what I think leopards do to each other when they meet each other head on. They kind of slap box and bite. I think we're gonna go with the headshot first. I won't worry about how high it is because I'll just aim the camera. All right, here we have our sit start. So we're going from standing to sitting. Let me double check our animations here. All right, so here's an animal that has standing, sitting, lying down, and let me double check the other thing real quick. We also have the sleeping. Okay, good. We're gonna get the full experience with the leopard, which is cool. All right, so let's do our trans. Okay. So we're going from stand to sitting. Cool. That's our transition. Let me bring this closer so I can, here we go. Here we need to replace the sit idle with just sitting. Done. And actually what I'm going to do is double this up. I'm going to, since I have more than one sitting animation, I'm going to make it choose one at random. Okay. So we're going to go from this to this. How many do I have? Three. It's good. Variance. I like it. Okay. Alright, so I got three. I have the first one in already and need the second two. 0, 0, 0, 1. This one. And the last one. This one. Okay. This is what I do when it comes to, like, sometimes I may have a package that doesn't really have a lot of animations, and I'll basically stretch like this. So this is one animation. I'll play it at half speed. Oops. I'll play it at half speed, I'll play it at double speed, and make it look like 3 different animations. Gives it more life. Now we need to replace resting. Resting would basically equal to lying down. Okay, so we can go from sitting to rest. Then we go from, oh, this is sit in, so we're getting up from this. Good. Moving on. Go from rest to start. Oh, going to start rest, which means trans from sitting to sleep. Let me double check this. Start rest means sitting to lying. That's what that is. Let's save it just in case something causes it to crash. Now we're going from rest end, which means trans lying to sitting. Go here, replace baby leopard. Go here, replace drink. All right, let's move on. Okay, now that the loop is complete, he's not frozen anymore, and now I can start to add triggers. Let's add drinking. Done. Let's So now when I hit drink, boom, he's drinking. Okay. The end trigger will be not drinking. Okay, done. Let's add eating. Create that variable. So now when I press eat, oh snap. Let's see what's wrong with eating. How many eatings do I have? I have 2. I want 2. Eating will look better if we can switch between these spontaneously and randomly. Eating 1 and eating 2. But that doesn't stop just there. We alter it to speed. Arrange to randomly select a single value, which never repeats and always gives a different result. Nice, okay. Let's move on. The attack. You know what, now that I think about it, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use all 4 attacks. Same way I just did the eating and drinking. 1, 2, 3, 4. A random selection. I wouldn't be able to do this if this were herbivore because I would have to include a kick, but since leopards don't kick, I can use all 4 randomly and they hit the same direction. Why does it do this? Here it limits it to only the attacks for this specific animal, but there alright, the hard way it is. Okay. Get smart. Okay. Leg. This one, and finally this one. Done. Okay. Those we don't want to mess with the speed, because that depends on the hitbox. Okay. Here, we're going to make sure that we have the right blend space. We do. Alright, let's make sure we can sit down. For that, I have to go back, since that relies on a controller input. I'll use this example. The AI will be able to access this as well. This doesn't apply here. Create that variable. Create that variable. That's a function. Gonna create that variable here. Save it. Rotate. Now that operation has been known to crash this entire program, which is the only thing that I hate about Unreal, is little bitty things can crash it. Let's see if it stays up or if it crashes. And let me check on the chat while I do that. Julian says, I'm thinking about playing this later if I have the chance. This game looks awesome. Thank you, Julian. Absolutely. Be my guest. Play the game. Definitely no cost. It's free. Just let me know about any bugs and stuff that you find. Let's see here. Because we are slowly but surely making this into a real game. And it's getting better and better. Okay, now I'm going to make the controller for the player, because this is AI. Here's that efficiency thing that I talked about earlier. I can just make 2 graphs, saving myself the time of making a completely separate blueprint. Oh, it already went. Cool. Okay. Now I'm going to... Oh, no, I didn't. Here we go. There we go. No, actually, let me copy the player one. There we go. Now comes the time where I make the head turning function. This just ensures that when you turn the camera, the head of the animal will turn along with it. It's a transform formula that once you apply it to one animal, you can effectively copy the code to the other. Just gotta do a little bit of replacement. Wrong one. Yeah, I don't have the thing just yet, so I'm gonna leave that. Disconnect this. I can't cast to it until I have the body ready, and it's not. Okay. let's get it ready. So now, I need a small creature that I can copy. That I already have that code ready. Let's do wildebeest. Where's the one I made for the player? Here it is. So now we're going to dupe this. But no longer is it the wildebeest baby. Now it's the leopard. Now with this code already in place, all I need to do is replace the mesh and the reference to the animation blueprint. Done. Technically it's playable. And actually I'm going to go ahead and test that theory right now. Let's load in. Still loading. First ever playable leopard. Things have got to be adjusted, but now I know that it works. If you look carefully, you'll notice the camera, the head are not connected. So I can look around and the animal's head does not move. Surely we want a function where you can just free look without changing the animal's head direction, but as a default, I think the head should follow the camera first. So let's start with that and then work on the other thing. Oh, what? Look at this. Notice how going straight, he's turning. Okay. So that comes from the blend space. Let me close the other thing real quick. I was wondering if it was going to do that. Let's see. So that just means I need to remap where that turn happens, and I'll just do it like that. Now when I press up, he should only walk forward. Oh, Jesus, fox. Now that's going to be one of the only... Oh, she's still doing it. I have to take a closer look at that. Speed selection works. So we have the slow walk, trot, sprint. Yeah, so now I just gotta fix the issue with that turn. Maybe it's just a camera, because they're in the right place actually. Well, let's go and take care of the other thing, and maybe that will resolve that too. Alright, so here's the other thing. the head rotation. Now that we have a body to reference, we can go in, cast to that body, delete this reference, hook this up. Thank God for blueprints. This would be a much longer process if I were C++ coding this. All right, let's see. Actor. Essentially, it's the same thing, just faster. And here's the reference. Done. Now, technically, the head should turn with the camera now. But it's not, because that can only mean the head bone reference is wrong, which means I have to go here, because the skeleton that I copied named the head something different. Here it's called rig. Okay. Rig head is the name of it. Only other thing to do is let's just go here again, hook it up, and target. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. That's for the AI. Here's the player. Hook it up for the player, and then target it to the player's character. Oh, and it's not there yet. So let's cast to that. One second, and I'll catch up on chat. Why isn't this linking? I must name it something different in the character blueprint. In the character blueprint, maybe it's not called sitting. Maybe it's called sit. Nope, sitting. And I'll hook it up to sitting here. Everything else is already hooked up. Compile. Velocity. Where do we get velocity from? Well, you get it from the owner. Target by the player. Compile. Boom. All right. Head not turning yet. Okay. All right, first let's take a quick look at the references one more time. Make sure we're casting to player Leopard baby. Version 1, good. Oh, we haven't linked back over to the head rotation. Here we go. Target, object. Good. Now the head should turn. Still nothing. Which means that if all the calculations are correct, then one of the references is wrong. The only reference I haven't checked in a long time is the camera. Which means when I go here, maybe it's not called player camera in the Leopard anymore. Let's see. It is. Separate reference though. Get that. Let's hook that up again. done. Reference. Player. Okay. Alright, we're good here. We're good in the event graph. Okay. Where's our head rotator? Where is this? There it is. Okay, we have that. Head bone is appropriately named. Okay, so it should be working now. The only other thing I can do is go to player's actual character, make sure we have the right animation reference. Baby, okay, should be it. I think that might have been it. Let's try now. Still having an issue with that. Well, now is a good time to mess with the camera then. And I think I see the problem. Let's see, camera is on these. Boom. Let's make sure that is straight. It is straight. For some reason it does feel crooked when I play. I'll lower it a little bit. Do I have any other player cameras here? Nope, just one. Okay. Well, maybe if I fix the other thing, that might resolve something. Let's see. Turn left. 90 degrees. In place, 90 degrees. Oh, you know what? The direction might not be on. Yeah, that's what it is. Direction is not properly calculated. Oops. Direction is supposed to be 180. This is at least going to fix the turn, but I don't know about the head rotation just yet. So now it's not turning as he's walking straight. Also, I need to lower him to the ground a little more. Head's not turning, and he needs to be lower. Oop, let me catch up on chat. Do you like Sarcosuchus better or Spinosaurus? I prefer Spinosaurus. I like the big monstering looking hulking thing that Spinosaurus is. And one of my favorite things, I guess, player lore made wise to do was just be a monster at the bottom of the Great Lake, just making players disappear who get close to Turtle Island. You know, I would just come out of the deep and just disappear people. It's fun to do. As a croc, I mean, the croc is better statted for that, but it still isn't as cool to me as being a Spino doing it. I prefer Spino over Sarcosuchus, but the stats of the Sarcosuchus are just undeniably slanted. And I actually prefer Suco even over Spino. But again, stats of the Spino are slanted so much in the Spino's favor that it's like going to gunfights with a knife. Okay. Let's lower this guy down a little bit towards the ground. And I think we're ready to go and test inside the wilderness to see how it looks. Yeah, he looks better. Alright, let's go to our brush biome. Adventure Peak says you killed me 5 minutes after spawning in the game for the first time. Sorry about that. I have been known to do that. I will spawn kill people. Oh, and it crashed. All right, so just in case the stream ends, if it does, I will bring it back, but it looks like it's gonna kill everything, so let's see what happens. We'll be back in 5 minutes if the stream ends right now. Looks like everybody's still here. That's so annoying. Let me close this. That might help it. I've got to fire back up the editor. This is why we save frequently. Let's see if it's in the processes list. How's everyone's day going? I hope everyone's having a good time doing whatever it is you're doing right now. Well, that's going. I'm going to see if look online for something. Roadmap. All right, so in the next update, let's see what we got. We got the animal stats coming. That's working. In the bottom right-hand side of the screen now, you will notice all the immediate stats just kind of stacked on top of each other. You got your health, your thirst, your hunger, your stamina. You've got your digestion. You have your skin and armor. You have a bunch of the immediate stats there. So that is there. The leveling system is also in place, although it's not adjusted yet. You can actually kill something or survive a certain amount of time and gain in level as you grow. Wildebeest AI is ready. Leopard AI ready. I do have a question. What do you guys think, who's listening to this? In your opinion, when you start the game, you're basically going to be starting as a baby in the new game. Do you want to start with a parent or have the option to do no parent? So like, do you want parent, no parent, or have an option to choose either of the two? And basically, you're so small when you first start and so vulnerable. It probably would be beneficial to have like an adult that kind of walks around and kind of guards you, so things won't be able to get to you easily. Things could probably still get you if the threat is big enough, like if you get surrounded by a pack of hyenas or something like that. they could kill the mother and you, but if it's a single enemy, the mother may be able to defend you against it, and you'll survive. Whereas if you were by yourself, a baby out in the wilderness, you may not have been able to do so. I'm kind of on the side of you should probably spawn in with one parent, or, you know, an option is always good. I always think choice is good. See if it's still loading. Yep, still loading. Babies update. Let's see. I could put a list of the ones that are going to be in the update here too. I'm going to log in first. So for the babies update, we're gonna have the secretary. Now I will be doing some custom modeling work when it comes to like the animals that don't have baby models right now. So basically I will be taking some of the models and like doing little things to, you know, even though I don't have a baby model, like create a second model, make some alterations and make it look as much as like a baby as I possibly can and scale it down. I will be doing that when it comes to modeling, but when it comes to like serious modeling, usually the animator or the 3D modeler has like a specialized program, something like Blender or 3D Max or something like that. And they do a lot of their work there, and then they export it and send it to whoever's doing work inside of the Unreal Editor or whatever game engine is being used. Secretary Bird, Puff Adder, that one's easy. I could basically just scale that one. Snakes look basically the same all the way throughout their lives, except I should make the head bigger. Puff Adder, the rabbit, red fox, leopard, rhino, white rhino actually, specifically. This is more than we originally were planning to do. Made the rhino and the elephant playable. Let's see. Is it ready yet? It's still opening. And make sure it hasn't crashed again. No, it's still good. Oh, come on, dude. No, I think it's still opening. Ooh. Not sure if it is. Try to open it again. First thing I'm doing when we get funded is getting myself a newer computer. Gotta think about all the time that gets lost because the freaking machine isn't powerful enough. Oh, what else? Were there any other ones that I was... Oh yeah, the meerkat. What am I doing? Meerkat is actually before rabbit. So that's more. I thought we were only going to have 5 playables for the update 3, but we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 8. That's good. And there's a very strong possibility there's going to be a couple other ones added to that, so we might actually be at 10. Pictures. Okay, the editor is opening. It's just taking forever. Oh, great. It didn't crash the entire stream. Good. Actually, we already have photo mode. The more options, the better. Julian says, sorry, I'm busy right now. I'll be gone for some time. No problem. Just come back whenever you can. And of course, the stream is available after it's aired as a video later. So if you miss anything and you want to come back and watch it again, feel free. The joy of being on YouTube. Alright, it is basically almost open. Any second now, the window's going to pop up. There we go. Alright, finally. Jesus. Alright. Now let's go to bush biome. Now let's start to get a feel for moving around in the bush as the leopard baby. Let's go about right here. So, alright, still gotta do the head. Body's a little bit shiny too. I could probably remove some of that sheen. All right, so let's see here. First the walk. The walk looks pretty decent. A little sliding. Also the turn, like I need this thing to turn a little bit more. Because it just looks like it's rotating. There's two ways to deal with that. I can deal with it by having a rotator that switches between the camera position and the position that the thumbstick or the WASD, which indicates the direction that the animal is moving in, and will turn the head. Or I can make it more like a tank style thing, kind of like early Resident Evil, where you have to turn with the left and right, and then you can go forward when you're pointing in that direction. But it still doesn't change the fact that really the turning animation only works if you're standing still. Oh well, I don't think that's a huge deal. Of greater concern is the eat indicator is stuck on. Alright, when we zoom all the way in, this is where we are. Let's see, when we zoom all the way out, we can zoom out a pretty good ways. Maybe I only need half of that. Alright, so anyways, when evaluating the movement, here's our trot. That's our walk. This really should be the trot. The other thing should be the walk. Part of this is influenced by the fact that your growth impacts how fast you are. So if you're half growth, your speed is cut in half essentially. I need the animation updates to be dynamic instead of stochastic. Where is water source? This way? I want to make sure the water's working. Almost there. Also, why is the head not turning? Okay, the drink function works, but he's not drinking. Alright, so let's fix those two things. We have the head position to fix and the animation not updating for drinking. Waiting, waiting, waiting. There we go. Let's bring our leopard over. Okay, let's see here. Drink. Okay, the function works, but I'm not doing the right reference. And the head's not turning. This is fine. Let's go to the animation. Flow's right. See, the drink did not work when I pressed drink. Here it does work, which means the problem is back inside the character. Then let's go to the character. Forgot to see if the sleeping works. Let's check it out. He's sitting, but it's not showing him sitting. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need a jump. Okay, so let's make double sure that, well, the thing is referencing the right animation, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to show myself running. Yeah, so that's working. Sitting is not linked. I'm wondering if this matters, if the custom link is, custom name of that event is, let me see if it mattered with the wildebeest. Maybe it's the same, it's basically the same setup as wildebeest baby. Oh no, it's not. That's ABK. Let's see, where's the player one? Casted a player baby. We end up that way, just like the other one. Player. Here it just says object. I don't think it matters, but I'll change it. No, it really doesn't matter. Let's see what else is different. First of all, it does work, right? Let's see if the name is custom 3 as well, so that doesn't matter either. We're linking there for velocity. Uh-oh, here we're not though. Velocity, we're going into that, but it really should be the same. I'm going to do that here just in case. Let's see, what else? Really nothing else that I can spot off the bat. What about the name of drink? Drink is the same. Alright, well let's load the wildebeest baby and see if that changes anything. See if the wildebeest can do what we want. I'm pretty sure I had already fixed this. The head's not turning anymore. Where's the water? So head's not turning. It says eat. And he does eat, but he's not using the animation. So I am starting to see the same problems for whatever reason. Move to the water. Drink works behind the scenes, but no animation update. Why is this happening? Let's see. Well, let's try something here. Now it has to link to this one. So it's breaking the... This is crazy. I thought I already fixed this. It's definitely not working because there are two nested in one blueprint. I mean, I'm almost certain it was working yesterday. Oops. Create one that goes directly to custom event 3, which will turn on the other blueprint. Now let's see if the head turns and the water works. The head's turning. The water's working. Let's see if I get any errors. I don't think I got any errors. So I wonder why I didn't see that yesterday, because I think I would have tested it. Maybe it was towards the end of the day and I was just tired and didn't notice. Head turns left. Turn right. Not getting any errors, which is great. Okay, how about the sit down? Sitting down works as well. Interesting. Okay, then in that case, I'll use the same method here. I'll keep this alive. I'll sequence to our second blueprint. Via event 3. Now let's load our Leopard. Play it. If I'm right, everything will work out of the box. The head is turning. Okay, let's see if he drinks water. Drinking water works. Let's see if he can sit down. Sit works. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can get the run to work. The walk is totally out of bounds. It's not right. Let's see here. But we have a conundrum. I can't make a dynamic blend space. Or can I? Let me think. Is he low enough to the ground? It looks like he's better than in the playroom, but he could be a little bit lower. Capsule's too big now. Let's make this a smaller hitbox. Let's do some accurate hitbox here. There's a mouth collision. Actually connect that to the head. Should be able to. God, that's annoying. Why can't I change it? And let's go to our stats. We should be using Leopard. You can pull up the stats real quick. Uh-oh, I don't have a leopard in here. I can fix that. Also, I think I need to cut the camera distance in half. Well, that is better with the walking. He needs to be a little lower to the ground, yeah. Alright, so now he's doing a little bit of the running. This is the trot. Here's the walk. That's actually because he's full grown. If I put it at 1, then he's going to do that faster anyway, so let's do that. Let's put him at full grown. Oops. It's full grown cub. How big do we want to go with this cub? Let me put it next to the adult and see how that works. See for size reference. Let's see how big we should be. Mega Shark says, yeah, my game is updating, but once it's done, I'll start playing. Oh, nice. Okay, so for size reference, this is how big the full-grown cub model is. Actually, I think I could scale this up a little more. And that's the full-grown adult model. So when you get to full-grown juvie stage, this is it. And then basically the adult model is going to be, you can grow from that too, so you can be like half-grown adult. Let me see if I can put that next to it for reference. And I'll scale it down. Scale it to 0.5. Whoops. We'll never get used to this. Okay, this is half-grown adult. That's too small. Let me put the baby leopard, because that's smaller than the baby leopard. So basically, then you want 75%. Whoops. Again. So you want like 75%. And when you very first start the game, like this small. So these are basically 4 stages. So, oops. First start the game that size. This is your full juvie size. Then this is your young adult size. And this is your full adult size, basically. I think I like that, 4 stages. Wait, I look bigger than the other one too. Somehow I look a little bigger than the... Oh, I think it's just because I'm higher. I need to lower myself to the ground. Still, I'm above the ground for some reason. I do like the full speed thing. I think it's a good idea to tie that to your growth. Rotation is a little bit slow. About 200. 250. That feels better. out of camera placement. Let's see. I still look bigger than. Let me lower myself a little more to the ground. I mean, that should be basically it. Nope, I think I'm still bigger. And the collision is really annoying. Let's make sure the collision's only on the body and not that capsule. And then on the body, we're going to collide. Ignore the camera, block visibility. Still getting blocked. Oh well. Alright, let's do something about the camera. I think the camera should be a little lower, and about half the spring distance. Actually, this is actually kind of cool. Let's not do it too much. Let's just mess with it just a bit. Cut it by a third. So now we're a lot closer at first. We can still zoom out. Figure out what's causing that glitch. Hey, what's up, Lynx? Iggy was released? What's that? Is that Iguanodon? Iguanodon is the best dino currently for combat. Really? Is that good? In fact, the two shots almost every mid-tier. Oh, cool. So that means he's on par with basically Spino and Suko and Sarko two-shot the mid-tiers. Now I want to, let's see, do any of the other herbivores two-shot mid-tiers? Let's see here. I know Kentro has a lot of damage. I'm not sure if he two-shots mid-tiers though. But that's cool. How's it feel to play with? Are the animations good? I really want to check it out, but I'm in the middle of messing with my own game. We're here messing with the new Leopard. And right now we're playing the cub. These are the 4 stages. First stage is baby stage. Then you grow up to full baby. This is the full grown juvie right here. Then you transition to young adult. That one right there. And then you grow into full grown adult. How's that? So basically 4 stages. And I believe I'm going to be able to make it so that this is seamless, so you don't have to push a grow button. It'll just automatically switch you. And what I would like to do ultimately is just do it like seamlessly, kind of like in the Isle, where in the Evrima you're just always changing, like it's over time, slight. But I'm not sure how to do that yet. I'm trying to figure that out. I will crack it eventually. Okay, so let's see what we look like when we're half baby stage. What we're going to do is we're going to make our starting stat. I'm going to start with 0.5 growth. So we're half grown baby. Let's make sure the camera isn't broken on that at that size. Alright, so this is half grown baby. For some reason, why am I still bigger than all the examples here? So when you first drop into the game, this is your size. Let's see if we can go. So the camera's not broken. Let's see if we can go smaller. Let's see what it looks like if we go all the way to the extreme of 0.1, which is equivalent to 10% growth. It should be really small then. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's broken. Ah, it's a giraffe. Yeah, so 0.1 is too small. Let's try 0.2. By the way, this is I believe this might be the reason why games start you off not at 0.1 or like 1%. They start you off at a higher, like 25%, 30%, that kind of thing. Or at least that's what it was when I checked. Look at this, because it breaks the actual movement of the camera. Actually, I think this is too small anyways. I think this is kind of where we want to be right here. The little cub on the left side. That might be a good target. Let's try 30. It's probably still too small. Oh, we just made it. Look at this. I think that might be our floor, is 30%. We are really small. Check it out. So I think 30% is where I'm gonna have the player start. And then this is the stages of growth. From 30 to 50, full grown cub, young adult, to full adult. Fresh out the womb size right here. Now if I can just find a way to scale my animation my animation blend space, I won't need to like make separate assets for when they're younger. All right, try one more thing. I think I want to see if I can bring the camera in a little closer. We'll try 100. It seems kind of comfortable. And you can always zoom out. You can still zoom out a lot. But if you go all the way in, this is kind of the limit right here. I think I just figured out my blend space problem. I think I can scale the blend space by scaling the rate. Not just the speed, but rate. That will solve a lot of things. Let's see if I can do that. Which means I can get the running animation when you're small too. Alright, let me think. Okay. I think I can do this. Let's see here. Do I have to do it from my... Let me try the secretary bird first. We're almost at 2 hours. So let me see if I can do this within the 5 minutes that we have left. Alright, so here is the code that says your speed times your growth. So if you're 50% growth, you're half speed. I also want to say blend space. Let's see if I can get a reference from blend space. Cast to blend space. Can I scale the entire blend space? Mesh, okay. Maybe I have to do it from within the animation. Yeah, here's a play rate right here. No, but that's the rate, that's not the scaling. Let's see. Can I branch? Let's say I'm going at 100. Play rate 2, 3. Now 100 again. Definitely faster, okay. Let's see if that affects. Let's just do it as is and see what happens. because it's probably going to scale everything. Yeah. And then what's more is if I were to scale up, if I were to grow, it would break the animation, so that's not the answer. The answer is I need to change the map size. Wait, maybe I need to get rid of that. So I'll go back to 1. Save that. Oh yeah, I need to take some pictures. We can go into the game and use the handy dandy photo mode to take pictures. Which we just press P. It always starts too bright, so we darken it. Take the exposure down.